Last week we read about, what's that story we read about? Who can tell? Okay, Vinujan, what story did we read? Vinujan,
What, sir?
what story did we read last week? Do you know anything about Ali and his camera?
No, sir.
That's the story we read. So I asked you to read the story before. In the class, one of your colleagues, one of your fellow students read the story, so you forgot. Maybe you can go back and read. It was sent to you 2 weeks ago. So who can tell me about Ali and his camera? Pray Elegant or Princhika? Princhika.
Sir?
Yeah, can you tell me what was the story about Ali and his camera?
Alice take camera in film by.
Sorry?
We can only take in. We have film. We can take in film. We put in camera. After we can take camera, sir.
So he wanted a camera. Did he have one?
What, sir?
Did he have a camera?
No, sir.
No, he did not. And so how did he get his camera?
We buy in shops.
No, he helped an old lady to carry her grocery from the shop to her home, and she gave him an old camera. She said that was his son's, and the son has a new camera, so this was an old camera she gave. Was he able to take pictures right away? No, because you have to get a film for the camera. Where did Ali live? Princhika.
Yes, sir.
Where did Ali live? He lived in Istanbul. Where in Istanbul did he live? Near Blue Mosque. Blue Mosque is a very famous mosque. It was built during, I think, Ottoman Empire time. And that lady to whom he carried the shopping bag lived near Ataturk's statue. Who was Ataturk? Ataturk was a famous founder of Turkey and a president of Turkey. He was a secular president. Secular means? Who can tell me what is secular? Not aligned with any religion, not Muslim, not Hindu, not Christian, not Judaism. Simply, he ruled the country without promoting any religion or harming any religion. He also gave a lot of powers to women. He treated the women equally. In a days when men put the women down, he gave the women equal rights. Okay, I think that's enough for last week's story. If you want, you can go back and read. What about this week's story? Who read the story this week? Tujika, did you read the story?
No, sir.
Okay. What about Prinshika? Did you read the story?
Okay, sir, I read.
Sorry?
Yes, sir, I read the story.
You say, I read the story because that's in past tense. Because you read it before, right? So you say, I read the story.
Yes, sir, I read the story.
What about Danshika? Did you read the story?
Yes, sir, I read the story.
You read that too. Vinujan, did you read the story?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Who can read the story now?
Sir, can I read?
Danshika, yes, go ahead. Very good. Excellent. That volunteering to do answer or do this kind of exercise is excellent.
The short story brings a bit of West African folklore to your classroom. It is about following directions, which Anansi, the anti-hero,
You have to slow down.
from
You shouldn't go at an express rate. Go a bit slow. And then see the anti-hero of the story is not the best at. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Okay, sir.
Please
The
continue.
anti-hero. How it may seem like a children's story, even your more adventure level students may find a world or two like crashings or that they may not go. What's that one?
Recognize. How do you spell that? Recognize. How do you pronounce that? Recognize.
Recognize.
Yes, good.
There are also a few essential phrasal verbs
Phrasal.
in this
Phrasal verbs.
phrasal verbs in this short story. You can until for further practice and reinforcement
Reinforcement.
activities.
Reinforcement.
Reinforcement activities as you go through the story with your students.
When you finish a sentence and start the new sentence, you should pause for a moment just to take a breath. You finish a reinforcement activities, then pause for just a brief moment, then you start as you go through the story. Continue, please.
As you go through the story with your students, make sure to ask a few what's that ones? I cannot read.
Comprehension. What is comprehension? Comprehension. And now, question to
Comprehension.
comprehension and விளங்குறதா அந்த ஒன்று ரெண்டு கேள்வியில கேட்டு விளங்குதான்னு பார்க்க சொல்லி right? So comprehend means to understand.
Okay, sir. Questions that will spark English thought and spark English thought and develop a bit of creativity.
Creativity. Say it again, please.
What,
how do you pronounce that word? Creativity.
Creativity.
Right. Here are a few questions to ask your students. Continue, read, please.
Who is NNC?
NNC, yeah.
What is NNC's son's name? Name. Was Anansi tricked, and by whom was he tricked? What sort of animals did Anansi bring into the world?
So this is Anansi, the anti-hero. What is the anti-hero? Who knows what is an anti-hero? Anti-hero is not a hero. Hero is the, in Tamil, what do you call Kalanayahan. An anti-hero is sort of equivalent of a villain. Tamil padathila kaanila villain and anti-hero of West African folklore. Refuses to follow instructions. Okay, again, there was a famine in the land. Okay, please continue.
Everyone was hungry, including Anansi and his family. His son,
Kweku Sin. Yeah, I think the T is silent. You don't pronounce the T. So Kweku Sin walked through the forest,
looking for whatever he could find. His sharp eyes fell upon palm
nuts. What is palm nuts?
I don't know, sir.
It's similar to coconut. Palm nuts are in Indonesia, Malaysia, and other places. They make oil from palm nuts. PALM, L is silent, so it's palm nuts. Okay.
They were small, but they were something.
They were something. No, you should break. They were small, but they were something. Okay, he took.
He took a big stone and tried to crack one open.
Tried to crack one open.
But instead of.
No, the way to say is crack open. But instead of splitting, please continue.
When he hit it, the net went shooting off and fell down
a great hole. Hueku Sin examined the opening in the ground. It looked like it might belong to a fierce beast.
Fierce beast.
Fierce beast. But the
What is a fierce beast? Fierce is violent, beast is animal.
But the pangs of hunger
Pangs
were
of
sharper.
pangs. What is pangs of hunger? வைத்த புடுங்குதன்னு சொல்லுவினம். பசியால தாங்கலாம், வைத்த புடுங்குது. அதுதான் pangs. Hunger was sharper.
Sharper
than his fear.
And so he jumped down into it.
Jumped down into it.
Wow! It was big. And it was deep. He landed at the bottom. A little bruised. What's that?
Bruised na சிராய்ச்ச சில நேரம் நீங்க விழுந்து தண்டனா கையில சிராய்க்கும். Bruised.
And a little shaken.
A little shaken.
A little shaken. He rose to his feet and adjusted his eyes. He had not been expecting this. The underground layer was lit by lanterns. In fact, it was not so much a layer as a town with streets and buildings, but
and buildings. There's a period there, so you should stop. Town with streets and buildings. But it was
empty, or almost. On he wandered.
On he wandered, calling out ஒரு எய்ம் இல்லாம அங்கும் இங்குமா தெரிஞ்சார்.
Calling out to ask if anyone was there. Eventually he came to an old woman sitting in a garden. "Hello, good woman," he said. "I come from the land above, where there is nothing to eat. Have you anything down here to fill an empty stomach?"
Stomach.
Certainly.
So what is stomach?
Stomach.
Vire, yes.
"Certainly, my boy," said the old woman. "Just go into the garden around the back of the house and visit the yam patch. Listen carefully to what the yams say, and Ignore
Ignore those that call out.
Ignore those that call out, dig me up. When you hear one that says, don't dig me up, do dig it up.
Do
And
dig it up. Back to
dig
me.
it up. That bring it back to me. Yams, by the way, are a vegetable that looks a bit like a red-skinned potato.
Red-skinned skin potato ஒரு பொட்டேட்டோவை சீவிச்சு அந்த தோலை உரிச்ச வர்ற உள்ளுக்க இருக்க இது மாதிரி இருக்கும். அதுதான் ஜாம். And sometimes they are called sweet potatoes. சீனி வத்தாளங்கிழங்கு. Have you heard of that word, சீனி வத்தாளங்கிழங்கு?
Kueko Sen was a well-mannered boy. Mannered boy. And he listened carefully. And did exactly as he was told. He went into the garden, where the yams were indeed very talkative, most of them being
begged and then begging is one word, meaning is பிச்சை எடுக்கிறது. Begging is இரண்டு கேட்கிறது. ஐயோ அதை எனக்கு செய்ய மாட்டீங்களா, எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் சாப்பாடு தர மாட்டீங்களா, இல்லது எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் இந்த வேலையை செய்ய மாட்டீங்களான்னு கெஞ்சி கேட்கிறது. Begged him to dig them up.
Begged him to dig them up, and only one called out in a whinny voice.
Whinny voice.
Don't pick me up. I don't want to be picked up. I don't want it. Don't pick me up. And that was the one he picked up and brought back to the old lady, who said, now peel the yam, throw away inside, boil the skin in the pot, and then give it to me. The boy thought that this was a very strange upside down sort of request, but he did as he was told. He gave the boiled yam skin to the woman, and she commanded, now I shall eat my meal, but do not look at me as I eat. Yes, ma'am, said the boy, and he covered his eyes with
covered
his
means
hand.
Covering your eyes like this.
Will she ate?
When she ate.
When she had finished her meal, she said, go back into the garden and choose a drum, but be sure not to take the one that says ding dong. Instead, make sure make sure you choose a drum that says dong ding. Again, the boy did exactly as he was told and returned with a drum that says dong ding. The old lady said, "Take this drum home anytime you feel hungry." Yes, yes, beat it.
Beat
The
it.
boy thanked
The boy thanked.
thanked the old lady and hurried back
Hurried.
to his
Hurried.
hurried back to his village. He placed the
He
gift in the middle of his hut
hut.
with his hungry family. What's that, Gare?
Gathered
Where
எல்லாரும் சுத்தி வர இருந்து கேதரிங் எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து வந்து கதை பண்ணி இருந்துச்சு நம்ம அந்த ட்ரம்ம சுத்தி gathered all around.
Next, he beat the drum, and all sorts of wonderful food appeared. Kuweku Sin has
was keen
to share his good fortune with the whole village. He called everyone to the meeting place and beat the drum once more. And now food for a feast appeared by magic. The hungry people ate their fill and sang the praises of Kuweku Sin. Everyone rejoiced except for one. And that was Anansi.
Who is Anansi? His dad, Kweku's dad. And he was not happy. He was jealous. Jealous means porame, mind popular vandittaanu solli, he was very jealous. Son's instant popularity. Okay, if I had
drum like that, I could be rich, he thought, and every day he badgered his son to tell him how he found it.
What is badgering means? Badgering is ஆய்க்கிற கொடுக்கிறது, திருப்பி தொல்லை கொடுக்கிறது. எங்க இருந்து எடுத்து வந்தான்னு கேட்டு. Okay.
Eventually, Kuweku Sin was worn down by his persistent father. And he told him the story of the old lady who lived below the ground. He showed him the hole that he had fallen into, and Anansi jumped down to it, just as his son had done before him. He wandered
Wandered
around, calling out, "Is anyone here?" until he came upon an old woman sitting in a garden. Most unlike his son, he spoke rudely to her, saying, "What are you waiting for? I haven't got all day. Get me some food." The old lady took no offense. She said, "Just go into the garden behind the house and visit the yam patch. Listen carefully to what the yams say. Don't pick the ones that say pick me up, but do pick the ones that say don't pick me up." And Anansi, who was a very,
suspicious. Suspicious means Aimichaparra.
suspicious
Sort of person replied,
replied, "Don't take me for a fool. I see right through your tricks, you old witch. If a yam wants me not to pick it up, and I just root it up, regardless something nasty is going to happen to me." And since that was his line of thought, he went to the yam patch and seized
seized. He went and seized
one of the yams that were crying out of be taken, and he ignored the one that says, "Don't take me." He brought it back to the old lady, and just as with his son, she told him to boil the skin of the yam and throw away the center. What foolery!
What foolery!
This Claire
declared
Hennessy, and he did the opposite of what he was told. When he boiled the center, when boiled the center, it turned into a stone. But he gave it to the old lady to eat anyway. "Please don't look at me while I eat," said the old lady. But the arrogant
என்றா கொஞ்சம் விருமாப்ப பிடிச்ச அனன்சி.
arrogant Anansi replied, "I would not want to miss seeing you eat that stone." And he said, and watched while she ate her strange meal. When she had swallowed
Swallowed the stone.
the stone, the old lady said, "Now go back to the garden and fetch a drum and be sure to choose the one that says dong ding, not ding dong. Dong ding, what kind of drum? Go, dong ding. Exclaimed,
Exclaimed.
exclaimed
Anansi.
Anansi, and he went to the garden and chose one that went ding dong. When he shot into the old lady, she told him to take to his village and beat it whenever he felt hungry. "Now you're talking," said Anansi, and his time he did as he was told. He ran back to his village and called everyone to meeting place as his son had done before he beat the drum. But this time not fish appeared.
Appeared.
No food
Appeared.
appeared.
No,
Appeared.
appeared.
Appeared. No food, no even a few crumbs. Instead, wild animals came out of
Wild animals.
wild animals came out of the woods, their legs of which the villagers had never seen before, for the magic drum had only just called them into the world. There came lions, crocodiles, rhino, all colors of snakes,
Rhino.
and scary
Rhino.
rhino.
Rhino is a shortened form for rhinoceros. The full name of the animal is rhinoceros, but its shortened form is rhino. All colors of snakes.
And scary, dangerous, fierce looking animals, and all the villagers ran away as fast as they could, crushing
Anansi for his tricks.
Anansi for his tricks. As for Anansi, he climbed a tall tree to escape the beast, and from there he looked down at the empty village and the magical drum, and he called an old woman every bad name under the sun. And that was how Anansi was tricked by his own bad temper into bringing snakes and wild animals into the world.
Wild animals.
Wild animals into the world. If you visit Story Nori, you will see that we have
several stories about this tricky
several
fellow
stories
and
about
many more stories from all over the world. Okay. Thanks. That was good. So
Thank you, sir.
we can't go through each and every word and see which ones are difficult and look it up in the dictionary. We had to leave that one to the next class. Now, I wanted to talk about 8 parts of speech. What is 8 parts of speech?
I don't know.
Okay, in a sentence, we use words to speak something. Like, for example, I went to the school. You went shopping. Pranchika came to Danshika's home. These are all sentences in English, but there are like Pranchika, went, home. These are all different words that we use to express an idea. So those words perform different functions. And so those words are classified, means pirichirikkinam, into 8 parts of speech. What are those 8 parts of speech? Noun, verb, preposition, adjective, adverb,
Positive.
Sorry?
Positive.
Preposition. Like, for example, when you say, I place this book on the table, not under the table. On is a preposition. Okay, it expresses the relationship between 2 nouns, whether it's on, under, below, before, after. These are all prepositions. Sorry. Anyway, we will go through all of them in detail in the next class. The 8 parts of speech. If you want, you can look it up in the internet. What are these 8 parts of speech? Or even I can send you some material. And if you read them, we can go through them in the class. Ninga, you have to try and do your part. அப்படி நீங்கள் செய்து உங்களுக்கு விளங்க இல்லையா நீங்க எப்பவும் நிப்பாட்டலாம் கிளாஸ நிப்பாட்டி எனக்கு இதை வாசிச்சேன் இந்த சென்டென்ஸ் எனக்கு விளங்க இல்லை கேன் யூ எக்ஸ்பிளைன் டு மீ எனக்கு அதை விளங்கப்படுத்துவீங்களா அல்லது இந்த சொல்லு ஒரு விதமாக ஸ்பெல் பண்ணி இருக்குது பட் வித்தியாசமா ப்ரொனவுன்ஸ் பண்ணணும் அதே அப்படி நான் சொன்ன ஆரம்பத்திலே தமிழ் ஒவ்வொரு எழுத்தும் உச்சரிக்கிற நாங்கள் இங்கிலீஷ் அப்படி இல்லை இங்கிலீஷ் எழுதுற மாதிரி எல்லா நேரம் உச்சரிக்கிறது இல்லை அதுவும் மெயின்லி வாவல் சவுண்ட்ஸா AEIOU அந்த 5 சவுண்டும் 5 லெட்டர்ஸும் 20 சவுண்ட கொடுக்கும் அப்ப ஒரு நேரம் ஓன்னு ப்ரொனவுன்ஸ் பண்ணுவோம் சில நேரம் ஆண்டு ப்ரொனவுன்ஸ் பண்ணுவோம் சில நேரம் சோ வித்தியாசமான சவுண்ட் ஐ என்று சொல்லுவோம் சில நேரம் ஈ என்று சொல்லுவோம் அப்ப அந்த எழுதுற மாதிரி உச்சரிக்கிறது இல்லை இங்கிலீஷ் இதுக்காகத்தான் நான் சொன்னது தெரியாத சொல்லுகள் யாரும் சொல்லி தந்தாக்கு யாரும் நல்ல ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் கதை கேட்கல கேட்டா ஃபைன் அல்லது டெலிவிஷன் அல்லது ரேடியோல கேட்டீங்கன்னா ஃபைன் இல்லைன்னு சொன்னா டிக்ஷனரியில தான் பார்க்க வேணும் இந்த நேட்டிவ் ஸ்பீக்கர் மதர் டங் இங்கிலீஷா இருக்காக்கள் கூட ஒரு சில நேரம் அவையில் வாசிக்கிற புத்தகங்கள்ல ஏதாவது ஒரு புதுச்சொல்ல கண்டா அவைக்கு எப்போதும் அது இந்த உச்சரிப்பு தெரியும் என்று சொல்ல இயலாது அப்ப அவையுமே டிக்ஷனரியில போய்தான் பார்க்க வேணும் அப்ப எங்களுக்கு அது இன்னும் கூட ஏன்னா எங்களோட மதர் டங்கும் இங்கிலீஷ் இல்ல சரியா அப்ப அடுத்த கிழமை மீட் பண்ணுவோமா இப்ப உங்களை ஓகே have a nice week.
Have a nice week, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, sir.